Sorry, am I late, Commander? I've just arrived too. I was the one who asked if you could help me sort through my neural data, yet I end up being late. I hope you won't be upset because of this, Commander. Stop acting so overly dramatic, Belka. You don't need to talk like that around me. Hehehe, I can't hide anything from you after all, Commander. But you know what? Sweet talking like that was exactly how I got Big Sis to accept me into the team. Such as? When we finally met after so many years, she instantly pinned me to the ground and even held me at gunpoint as if I were an enemy. That doesn't sound like a good start. I had to jump through so many hoops to find 404's secret base. I guess it was fair for Big Sis to mistake me for an intruder. Anyway, when I finally saw her, I immediately threw myself into her arms and cried like a baby. Then I recounted all the tragic bad stories I had to go through. Vagrancy, displacement, no friends, no companions, and so Big Sis took me in as an intern. It seems that your promotion went smoothly. Maybe? Because I actually got gravely injured during a later mission, which made me look even more sympathetic. Fortunately, Big Sis saved me and truly accepted me. I'm not sure if that counts as going smoothly, but I was certainly very pitiable. I can see the gist. Though I suppose these little tricks are no longer of use after you've been officially accepted into the team. That's not entirely true. Big Sis isn't a heartless doll after all. Even if the tricks fail, my very real and sincere emotions can still move her. Just take a good look at the results in my neural records, Commander. Alright. Time's precious, so let's get started. Data transmission normal. Neural recollection activated. Good work, Belka. Hehe, that's of course. I've grown over the years after all. I see, but do not let your guard down. I know, Commander. Man, I hate that I don't have Belka. Alright, let's make it somewhat lore accurate. We'll just have everyone from 404 on the team. But we'll have Nikita along since we don't have anyone else. I mean, this is gonna be... yeah. Nice. Alright, now we can do one of these. Beep. The projector in the meeting room dims. The doll standing at the front lowers the remote in her hand and stares at the other three. That's it for today's debriefing. Good job, everyone. There will be no group activities for the rest of the day, so take this opportunity to get some rest. Remember, training is scheduled for early tomorrow morning. Alright then, guess I'll just... Meshi immediately leans back in her chair and falls asleep within seconds. Endoris chuckles and gives her a gentle pat on the head. Klukai lets out a huff at Meshi's hopeless figure. Never motivated at all during training, yet always the first to slack off. Hearing that, Belka jumps out of her chair and runs up to Klukai with her hand raised. I'm motivated, Big Sis. Let's go training, shall we? Unless we're counting this commission. It's been ages since we last trained together. Besides, we just highlighted lots of my shortcomings during the debriefing. I can certainly improve upon them much more effectively if Big Sis is there to instruct me. While it's a good thing that you're this motivated, I need to see Vector today, so I don't have the time. Eh? Why? Between me and Vector, I'm obviously more important. What does any of this have to do with who's more important? Team B will be out for a mission tomorrow. Tonight's the only time when both Vector and I are available. With Team B now on the right track, I can't wait to see Liva's reaction during our next communication. As Klutai heads out, she notices Belka following tightly behind her. Confused, she halts her step and looks back. Belka also stops obediently. Well, if you're occupied, we can call it a night here, Bitsis. But in that case, promise you'll train with me tomorrow. There's a team training scheduled for tomorrow anyway. We'll see once we conduct practical training. Klutai leaves the meeting room. Belka stomps in frustration as she watches Klutai's shrinking silhouette. Why can't I be Team B's leader? Why can't they just make their own mission plan and stop bothering Bitsis? You want to be Team B's leader, Belka? Ah, no. I was talking about the mission plan. Hehe. If you're talking about Team B's mission plan, it needs to be drafted with the specifics of the commission in mind. For example, the route of several missions Team B has taken recently happens to pass by our base. Not only can they stop by for a rest, but we will also have some joint training sessions with them. Huh? Team B came over? Yes, I happen to have a recent mission plan from Team B on hand. You should take a look at it if you want to know more, Belka. Before Belka can answer, Andoris has already sent her the entire package. Torrents of data gush into Belka's neural cloud and clog up her processing thread. Feeling the excess heat produced by her core going into overdrive, Belka rushes out of the meeting room. I'll go to Rushi since Team B's here. I'll check the document later. Belka hums as she skips across the hallways, heading towards Team B's rest area. Hehe, I haven't seen Rushi for a long time. I wonder if the idea I gave her last time worked out or not. In any case, building a friendship is no easy task. I need to comfort her nicely. The door to the rest area is open, and Rushi's silhouette can be spotted from far away, along with her and Vector's voice. After a moment's hesitation, Belka sneaks up to the door and increases the gain on her audio module. Just try it out, Vivi. It's a limited edition. It was quite a hassle for me to get from the underground brokers. I'm sure it'll look so cute on you, Vivi. I think I'll pass. It'd be a waste to give such a cute thing to me. No, it won't. See how it matches perfectly with your hair color? Come on, Vivi. Just give it a try. Well, if you insist. Okay, it's on. See how cute you look? I knew it would look great on you, Vivi. It was worth pre-ordering it as soon as it became available. You should wear this during your meeting later, Vivi. Wouldn't that be unprofessional? No way. Well, it's okay if you don't want to wear it if you find it awkward. After all, you look cute either way, Vivi. Really? Of course. Wasn't that obvious? Judging by the sound, Rushi is pacing back and forth restlessly in the room. Grr, don't get me started on that. That client of the last commission was so out of touch. You only pointed out all the potential worst case scenarios because you were in charge and being responsible. How dare he question your attitude? We should have Klutai blacklist that PMC guy. There's no way we're taking another commission from him ever again. It's okay, I'm used to it. Besides, you already stood up for me back then. The client only calmed down thanks to you. Hehe, then I guess I'll pardon that guy since you said so. Speaking of which, remember the fashion store we passed by during our last outing, Vivi? Their storefront was so stylish. Which one? I don't remember. I took a photo. Give me a second. The cheerful chatter between Rushi and Vector continues from the rest area. Belka crouches outside the door for a moment before quietly standing up and leaving. Rushi and Vector? Looks like they've gotten closer. Never mind. After leaving the rest area, Belka wanders aimlessly around the base, grumbling and complaining as she does so. Seriously? What happened between Rushi and Vector? Those of us in Team A just went on a mission. Albeit the missions might have been a long one, but how are they behaving completely different now? Shouldn't Rushi be worrying about not getting along with Vector? Damn it. Rushi and Vector's relationship used to be just like mine and Bit Sis. How come it's suddenly just me? Belka furiously kicks the supply container laying in the hallway. I'm the only one chasing after Bit Sis like a fool. All upset, Belka stands idly for a moment before bending down and clutching her head in dismay. Ah, screw this. What should I even do? Damn it, damn it, damn it. How did Rushi do that? How can I get closer to Bit Sis? Oh my. Suddenly, Andoris' voice can be heard from behind. Before Belka can turn around, Andoris walks over and crouches in front of her with a smile. What's the matter, Belka? Didn't you say you were going to Rushi? What are you doing here alone? Did you two get into an argument? It's not that. I'm just upset because I didn't get to train with Bit Sis. Say, Andoris, I've been part of 404 for so long, so how come my relationship with Bit Sis hasn't improved at all? Even Rushi and Vector are getting along now. I have no idea how she managed to. Ah! Seemingly reminded of something all of a sudden, Belka remains in her crouched position while she inches towards Andoris and leans into her ear. You've been following Bit Sis all of these years, right, Andoris? Surely you have some way to help me improve our sisterly relationship? Give me a moment. Searching for related information. Andoris keeps smiling, but stops moving otherwise. Andoris? Andoris? The warm smile remains on Andoris' face, but she offers no answer. Forget it. I'll stop bothering you. I'll just look it up myself. I found something. There's a lot of tangential data, but not much is left after sifting through them. Please go ahead. Best ways to strengthen bonds with family and friends. Traveling together is the top pick. Cooking meals that the others enjoy is also a good idea. Other recommendations include inviting them out to dinner or celebrating memorable occasions together to bring back fond memories. Traveling is a no-go, nor is food that big a deal for us dolls. Sounds like only the last one could work. Memorable occasions. It's got to be that day then. Yep, soon it'll be the anniversary of me joining 404, which also makes it Sisters Reunion Day between me and Bit Sis Klukai. Hehehe, I'm such a genius.
Thank you, Andoris. I'll go make preparations now. No. Before Andoris can finish, Belka has already excitedly jumped up and rushed off. Still crouched in place, Andoris blinks. Hehe, no need to thank me.
Whoa. I really like Belka, but golly, I'm not gonna say anything, but gee whiz. Alright. We got everybody. Oh man. Wow, this is a weird setup. But it won't matter, as we have Vector. Why did it start me all the way over? That might be the best, because I think Klukai can take out everybody else. Yeah, we're good.
一日寝てもいい？
Oh,
や
Meshi.
ばい。もう我慢が。
She's so cute. Alright, I think once we do this one, we'll activate the second one. Yeah. So. See? I did complete the commander's orders perfectly. If you want to compliment me, Commander, I'll need to first make sure BitSys is here to hear it too. Your frame's outstanding performance played a big part in how smoothly the data sorting went. That's a compliment, right? You just complimented me, Commander. Does that also mean I'm becoming more and more like BitSys? I've always wanted to become a super elite doll like her. Is that why you joined 404? Out of your admiration for Klukai? Hehe. Of course the commander would have guessed that. It's only that, despite BitSys accepting me into the team, I felt like I was never part of it for the longest of times. Was it because I was the last to join? It always felt like BitSys Klukai was much colder towards me than all the other members. I don't think that's the reason. As such, I started by following BitSys everywhere she went just so I could stay close by her side. I even penned a Klukai observation report. Fancy a look, Commander? I'll pass. Besides, doing so will only push her further away from you. Eh? Really? No way. Stop following me around everywhere I go. Are you a mallard still in the imprinting phase or what? See how BitSys gave me such a cute nickname? Never mind. Let's keep going. I'm starting to wonder if your relationship ever improved. Ah, alright then. If you say so, Commander. Then let's see for yourself. What's wrong? I just remembered something that happened when I first joined Squad 404. I got too impatient during a mission, and ended up messing up several times. Not only did I fail to help BitSys, I also dragged her down. What a terrible memory. But things are different now, right, Belka? Of course. Remember to praise me if I do things right, okay, Commander? Alright, this should be easy peasy. Oh dang, I didn't even see that there was... Yeah, it's fine. Oh, I didn't even see that there was... Oh, that's fine.
引っ張らないでよ。どうってことないわ。続けて。給与が上がるんですか。正義怪我すな。
I love that sound.
昇進。私がって正義分かった。やっと終わった。帰ったら一日寝てもいい？
Alright, time for a new memory. A few days later, outside the maintenance room, as soon as the door opens, Belka pulls Endoris in with her excitedly. Belka, wait. Dyer? Dyer? Where are all the custom motorbike parts that just got delivered? Let me see them. Dyer is busy adjusting something at the repair table, but he pauses his task upon hearing Belka. He retrieves a large box from behind him and places it onto the table. Here, all of the parts you ordered.
I checked them for you. They're all good. Take a look yourself. Hehe, surprises, presents, anniversaries are all about them. Gifts for Bitsis. Belka hops over to the table. Right as she opens the cardboard box, she suddenly hears Meshi's voice behind her. Dyer, remember when I asked you to bring over the... Huh? Why are so many people here? Meshi? Why are you here? Meshi glances wearily at the bots of anime figures behind Dyer, making sure that Belka has yet to notice it. I just happened to walk by. Really? Of course. I was just going to ask what's the gift you asked Dyer to bring you. I heard something about an anniversary. While doing her best to change the subject, Meshi shoots a glance at Dyer, signaling at him to hide the bots of anime figures he had smuggled in more carefully. How could you have eavesdropped on me? Who's eavesdropping on you? You're the one being obnoxiously loud. If everything's good, I'll head back to sleep now. Please wait a second, Meshi. Huh? Compared to me, we have a doll even more familiar with Leader here. Are you sure you don't want to consult her opinions, Belka? Who needs her opinions anyway? Meshi will only mess things up. I think Andoris is onto something. Look at how Klukai has put up with her for all these years. She must have something going on that we don't know about. What are you guys even talking about? Fine. I'll ask her. So you want to celebrate the anniversary of you joining 404 with Klukai? It's Sisters Reunion Day. Whatever you call it. But if you're going to Klukai directly with that plan of an anniversary party or something, she's definitely going to outright shut you down. You know how prickly she can be. Unless? Never mind. Just go to her as you usually do. Though you might want to change the name, but I doubt the outcome will be any different. So I just need to pester her until she agrees? Gotcha. I'm an expert at that. Whoa. First time I've seen someone say that with such a straight face. What do you know? It takes determination to get close to Bitsis Klukai. Can't elaborate further. Anyway, you have to keep this a secret, or I won't be able to give Bitsis a big surprise. If you dare slip up, I'll... Belka quickly stares in the direction of Dyer. What now? I wouldn't notice, huh? You little smugglers. Ooh, we can talk this out. More like, you shouldn't talk when you're not supposed to. Otherwise, I can't guarantee that Bitsis won't accidentally discover your figurines. In that case, Belka, who helped Bitsis uncover Meshi's contraband, will certainly be rewarded. Okay, I swear. As long as Klukai doesn't string me upside down on a target and puts 9 magazines into me, I will keep my mouth shut. There you go. I've only got a few days left. I need to hurry up and get the gift ready. Let me see. Custom parts. Belka excitedly rushes towards the cardboard box on the table. What does that mean? String me upside down on a target and put 9 magazines into me? Are they just shooting each other now? Holy. Klukai is scary. I just realized that now. A battle. Alright. Yeah, we can probably just clear this out with Vector. Oh yeah, that's perfect. Golly. This looks like just a brawl. Am I wrong? I don't want to assume, but Dot dot dot. What's the matter, Commander? I've always wanted to ask, why is your attitude towards Meshi completely different than everyone else? Huh. I mean, just look at her. She's a lazy, good-for-nothing freeloader who causes Bitsis so much trouble, yet still gets all her special attention. I don't think that's what Meshi set out to do. Fine, I'll admit it. I'm a little jealous of her. Just a little. Even though Bitsis would never admit it, I've always treated her as the most important family member in my life, you know? Why can't I be that special companion? Why can't I be the first one that comes to her mind? Why is Bitsis always acting so distant from me? I want her special attention too. Isn't this par for the course for all little sisters? Belka, it's totally normal for you to admire Klukai, but getting overly obsessed is detrimental to you and your neural cloud. I get it, Commander, but I just don't want to be separated from my family. If thinking about it this way makes you feel better, maybe it's actually a sign that Klukai trusts you so much, she doesn't feel the need to watch over you like she does the more problematic members. Eh? That's how you see it? I never thought of that possibility. No wonder you're the commander. If you keep being so considerate, I might end up falling for you, Commander. Of course, I do like you a lot already. Thanks, but I'll pass on that. I don't think I can handle it any better than Klukai. Since you're still in the mood to joke around, that must mean we can continue sorting. Of course, I can continue at any time as long as you're ready. She's so cute. I can't help it. Okay, let's switch places over here. Or actually over here. Should be able to take out everybody with Vector, I think. If not, let's see. Oh yeah, that's fine. Golly. Sorry. Alright, it looks like we have a new story node to look at. After another routine training session. That's it for today's training. Good job, everyone. You're free for the rest of the day. Remember to treat tomorrow's commission seriously. Moments after Klukai's announcement, Belka immediately makes a 180 turn and is about to leave. It's not the first time she's done this. Recently, be it after a training or a debriefing session, Belka would depart the moment she's dismissed instead of pestering Klukai as she usually does. Belka, you stay here. Forced to stop, Belka smiles awkwardly at Klukai. Bitsis, hehe, is anything wrong? Didn't you want to train together? I happen to be free today. Huh? Ah, right. I mean, with Bitsis's instruction, I can certainly improve a great deal. Belka reveals a troubled expression, gritting her teeth while glancing at the clock. Only 10 minutes left before the delivery time she agreed upon with the underground broker. As for the package, there are more accessories for the motorbike, naturally prepared for the sisters' reunion day. It's not every day that Bitsis has the time to train with me, but... You've got something on hand? Klukai closes in on Belka. Suddenly, Belka's communication terminal starts ringing at an untimely moment. Ah! Belka hurriedly hangs up the call. She glances at Klukai with a worried look, but the latter doesn't even bother to look at the comms interface, and simply stares at Belka with a scrutinizing gaze. It's nothing important. It's okay if I don't answer the call. Are you sure about that? I bet the underground brokers you got in touch with recently are impatiently waiting for your answer. No way, I still have time. Wait, hold on. Eh? Broker? What broker? What are you talking about, bitsis? Klukai sighs. Haven't you been going to brokers whenever you're free recently? I can't even spot your shadow during break time. Not to mention using every trick in the book just to pry more bike-related information out of me. Now tell me, what are you planning behind my back? Belka nibbles on her lower lip, thinking that her carefully planned surprise has already been spoiled. Fortunately, the anniversary is only a few days away, so telling Klukai everything at this point won't be that much of a problem. Belka is completely unaware of her constantly shifting troubled expression. Even Klukai begins to wonder if she had been too harsh to Belka. You know, 404 doesn't completely prohibit you from ordering. Just as Klukai is about to comfort her, Belka beats her to the punch with her exclamation. So, bitsis Klukai, I want to celebrate our reunion together as sisters. For that, I've been preparing a gift. I decline. Eh? I haven't even told you what I had planned for our anniversary yet. Please, at least listen to what I've prepared. I've put a lot of time and effort into this. So that's what you've been up to. I see. Looks like you clearly haven't been allocated enough training. Anyway, request denied. Don't even think about it. It says, please don't go. We have a commission to accomplish tomorrow. You should get your maintenance done sooner rather than later. As much as it pains her, Klukai pries Belka's shaking hands off her arm and turns to leave the training room. Bitsis' resolute rejection was so cool, but isn't this exactly what Meshi said would happen? Although... Never mind, just go to her as you usually do. Though you might want to change the name, but I doubt the outcome will be any different. So I just need to pester her until she agrees? Gotcha, I'm an expert at that. No way in hell I'm going to admit she's right. But let's give it a try. It's all for bitsis. While Klukai is reading a motorbike magazine in the rest area, Belka quietly sneaks up behind her. Did you know, bitsis? You're the one who saved me when I was in a rut. Before joining 404, I was living a life of squalor and vagrancy. Where did you pop out of? Get to the point. I was just trying to say that Sister's Reunion Day is super important to me. Please, let's celebrate our anniversary together, bitsis Klukai. Shut up. I refuse. During 404's commission. Do you remember, bitsis? That day when we reunited wasn't so different than now. I was also near the base, with you pointing a gun at me. Keep the irrelevant chatter to a minimum. But that day's very, very important to me. Not just that day, but every single day since we've reunited. They're all equally important. Which makes the anniversary extra important. Please, bitsis, pretty please. As long as you agree to celebrate together, I promise to shut up about all this. Before Belka can finish her sentence, Klukai points her muzzle at Belka and quickly pulls the trigger, knocking out the enemy behind her. Oh. If you don't want to go back in the scrap bin, focus on the task at hand. Meshi has fallen asleep on the beanbag sofa. Klukai is servicing her trusted weapon, and Endorse is preparing to brew some coffee not far from them. Hehe, good evening, bitsis. Oh, everyone's here. Indeed, evening is a good time for rest. Great, here comes the nuisance. Bitsis Klukai, please. I prepared you an anniversary gift. The gift will be heartbroken if you're just going to discard it without even taking a look. Just as heartbroken as I am. Belka's vivid plea makes Klukai turn her head around. Now, she's forced to stare directly at Belka's tear-filled eyes. No means no. It doesn't matter how many times you ask. Although knowing Belka is trying to elicit sympathy, Plukai can't bring herself to say anything harsher upon seeing such a wronged expression. Hehe, you're still so insincere, leader. Meanwhile, Andoris brings coffee to the two of them. Don't try to plead for her, Andoris. It's Beltra's heartfelt wish after all. She has put a lot of time and effort into this, and it hasn't gone unnoticed by us. Maybe taking her up on her wish isn't such a bad thing, leader. Plutai falls silent at these words. Seizing the opportunity, Beltra quickly wipes her tears, puts on a sweet smile, and leans towards Plutai. I promise you'll love the gift, big sis, and I guarantee I won't cause you any trouble. I'll do exactly as you say. Please, can we celebrate our sister's reunion day together, right? ... It's not some sister's reunion day. Eh? What do you mean, Bitsis? That was indeed the day you joined the team, but more importantly, it marks the proper formation of Hyde 404 Combat Team A. It's an anniversary that belongs to us all. You need to stop harping on this sister's reunion nonsense. If you insist on holding a celebration, keep what I just said in mind. So you just said celebration, right, Bitsis? Ooh, yeah. I see you just agreed, right? She was right after all. Who? Meshi? Following Beltra's gaze, Plutai lots onto Meshi, still fast asleep on the sofa with a satisfied grin on her face and no signs of waking up. No, it's nothing. I just knew big sis Plutai wouldn't let me down. This must be our sisterly bond. Beltra quickly wraps her arms around Plutai, pulling her attention back. Stop snuggling up to me. You're just like a squirrel. No, not even squirrels are as clingy as you. Get off of me. You're making it stuffy. Beltra happily lets her go and flashes Plutai a smug smile. Hehe. Just you wait for the gift the squirrel has prepared for you, bitsis. Caught up in Beltra's excitement, Plutai unnaturally clears her throat before turning around. As for how you're going to celebrate, make sure not to go overboard. 404 is not a party company. You've had your welcome parties. No need to do it again. We have a commission on that day. No method of celebration is more suited to 404 than the success of the mission and all of us returning home safely. Hehe. If it's the team's anniversary, then I shall prepare some drinks for everyone after our return. Do whatever you like. Anyway, stop pestering me with all this from now on, Belka. Roger that, bitsis. I'll make sure to have the gift ready and hand it to you myself. Are you even listening to me? Hehe. It's just a gift. Nothing complicated. I've almost got it done. Forget it. After letting out a deep sigh, Plutai leaves the rest area, but the look of excitement on Beltra's face lingers in her mind. A gift from the squirrel, huh? I like that a lot. That was cute. This is gonna be another easy peasy. Okay. It's possible to get all of them at once, maybe? No, but I think, yeah. Nice.
正義の物語404を敵に回したのが運の尽きよ。
Alright. We're just gonna
おじけついたな。
one shot him like always.
了解。
If only. Well, we can't reach all of them, but that's fine.
来るケチ。わかった。了解。訓練の成果ね。
Maybe Klukai can do something? Something crazy? Nah. I thought maybe. Guess not.
ハンデをあげる。逃がしません。
Ah, almost.
用意。
Okay, you're done, buddy. You're done.
星々を。ターゲット確認。
戦場は片付いた。皆の者、よくやったな。
Now we can do a story event. It's the day of the long-awaited anniversary. Delta is already waiting excitedly outside Klukai's door early in the morning. Her terminal beeps several times in rapid succession, but Belka impatiently turns off the notification and continues to stare at the door. Hee hee hee. Anniversary. Anniversary with Big Sis. Standing outside the door with a silly smile on her face, Belka is pacing around when the door opens and Klukai comes walking out. Happy anniversary, Bitsis Klukai. Bitsis, you look so cool today. It's like you've got this special aura around you. Hehehe, I see. Are you also looking forward to today's surprise, Bitsis? Let's complete today's commission first. Klukai doesn't speak further as she continues to stride forward. Relax, Bitsis. It's just a little commission. We've done this so many times before. Nothing can go wrong this time. Let me tell you a secret, Bitsis. I have a little surprise for you in the rest area. It's got all the sense of ceremony with it. Let's head straight to the rest area right after the commission. Hearing Belka's increasingly excited babbling, Klukai stops in her tracks, looking somewhat resigned. Have you not seen the message I just sent you, Belka? Eh? Eh? You sent me messages? I'll check right now. Belka frantically opens her comm terminal, takes one look, and starts squealing in panic. Eh? No way. An emergency mission? Who the hell even takes on 2 commissions in the same day? Ah, about that. I meant to say, how can that Liva be so heartless? Today's the anniversary of our team's formation. If she doesn't want to take part in the celebration herself, fine. But how can she throw us a last-minute commission like this? Let me take a look at the details. It's to suppress automated machines with malfunctioning IFFs. After carefully reading the commission request several times, Belka looks up at Klukai with eyes full of grievance. Can't we have Team B handle this, Bitsis? I think they're entirely capable of dealing with this kind of task. Team B is on its way to other missions. Besides, do you think the plan is something you can alter on a whim? I didn't mean that. It's just... Today was supposed to be our anniversary, but now we're stuck doing missions all day? Potentially working overtime as well? There won't be any time left to celebrate together. If you keep standing around wasting time, then we really won't have enough time to celebrate. Eh? Eh? It's an E-ranked difficulty standard rescue mission. The area of operation is the same as originally planned, so it's a matter of doing it on the side of what we already had to do. With 404's capability, we might be back by the afternoon if we head out now. So, do you want to keep zoning out here, or should you go get geared up? I'll go get ready. Eh? No. Belka is already geared up and ready to go, so let's move out, big sis. As the dusk sets in, 3 dolls walk into the partially decorated rest area. Being the first to enter the room, Belka kicks the cardboard bots by the door. Following a loud thud, multicolored string lights inside the bots are thrown scattering across the floor. Belka pouts and kicks the string lights away too. That is the surprise Belka has prepared for Klukai. All that's left to do is hang up the string lights on the walls of the rest area to make the atmosphere even cozier. Yet, the expression on Belka's face now stands in stark contrast to the warm atmosphere she intended to create. Aww. Belka. Andoris looks at Belka with some concern. Meshi, being the last of the group to enter, stretches lazily, grabs the nearest pillow by the door, and plops right down on the pile of string lights contentedly. Finally, we're back. Today was so tiring. I don't want to walk a single extra step. Belka glances at the doll lying at her feet. She then picks up one of the string lights and walks up to the wall with a blank face, trying to hang it up. However, the long string of lights seems to have a mind of its own. Just as one side is secured, the opposite side would begin to sag and tangle itself with sections already hanging on the wall. Belka grabs the hanging side and tugs at it impatiently, soon entangling everything into a knot. First the emergency commission, then an in-person report at the request of the client, and Bitsis just left like that? What is this? Even these damn lights are working against me now. Belka fiercely throws the tied-up string light to the ground, then walks to the overturned cardboard box to get another one. One end of the long light string is pinned beneath Meshi, and Belka tugs at it unsuccessfully for a while.
Meshi.
Get up, Meshi. Doomkoff. Time to wake up. Wake up! Ooh, Meshi painfully opens her eyes. Belka? Is Klukai back? Why are you waking me up? Because of the string lights. You're sitting on all of my string lights meant for decoration. Huh? What string lights? Meshi fumbles around aimlessly, growing increasingly frustrated as she watches. Belka ultimately shoves her to the side. Whoa! The doll rolls to the ground, then bumps into the wall with a distinct thump. Finally awake, Meshi slowly shuffles to the beanbag sofa on the side, and rubs the spot on her head that bumped into the wall. Why so mean? It's not my fault that Klukai was called away. Besides, she said she'll be back ASAP after the report is done. ... Oh, look at Meshi. So sad. Ignoring Meshi, Belka angrily goes back to the wall with the string light in hand. Seeing Belka's agitated state, Andoris gently shakes her head before walking up to her and helps her prop up one end of the string. Hihi, here, let me help you set it up. Belka glances at Andoris and says nothing. Yet Andoris answers with a smile and holds the string high up to the wall. Look, Belka, how about here? Without waiting for Belka's answer, Andoris carefully affixes the string light to the wall. Then she picks up another string and begins affixing the second one with a smile on her face. Soon, the blank wall is covered with colorful lights. Even Meshi, who's dozing on the sofa, can't help but open her eyes wide to gaze at the sparkling scene. Didn't expect this small rest area to look so pretty when decorated. What do you think, Belka? Seeing Belka still sulking, Andoris picks up the tied-up string light that had been thrown to the ground earlier, then starts patiently untangling the knot. Shortly after, the tangled string light is returned to its original state. Andoris gently hands it to Belka and smiles tenderly. Hee, it's all fixed up. ... Oh my, are you still upset that Leader couldn't make it back in time? Belka stomps her foot in frustration and lowers her head, clutching the string light in her palm. I didn't get upset because of Bitsis. She's just doing what she has to do as per the client's request. It's her showing her sense of responsibility. She never slats off, even on our anniversary. That's how cool Bitsis is. Indeed. Leader Klukai has always been very cool. Seeing that Belka has finally calmed down, Andoris takes the opportunity to pat her on the head. By the way, you should really go get your frame serviced now, Belka. You've been overburdening your frame the entire time during today's battle. You might exhaust your energy backup and end up in hibernation if you keep hanging around. Everything's settled here. It's okay for you to take a break. I don't want to. Maintenance will take too much time, and I won't be the first one Bitsis sees when she comes back. I will wait for Bitsis here. She promised she'd be back soon. I see. We'll head for maintenance first then. Don't push yourself too hard, okay? Andoris leaves the rest area with Meshi. Having watched them leave, Belka ponders for a moment, then sits on the beanbag sofa and rests her head on her knees. Any moment now, Bitsis will surely be back soon. Late into the night. An unusual calmness surrounds the base, only occasionally disturbed by the footsteps of staff echoing faintly down the corridor. However, as time goes on, the one specific sound Belka eagerly waits never appears. Almost midnight already. Belka sinks deeper into the sofa, but stares stubbornly in the direction of the corridor. When will Bitsis Klukai be back? Bitsis... ... Oh, I kind of feel bad for her. At exactly 1:46 a.m., Klukai finally rushes into the rest area. The surprise Belka's been boasting about since the morning before thus pops into Klukai's view. The entire rest area has been decorated in a lively and cheerful fashion, with colorful lights emitting a soft, bright glow and balloons on the wall spelling out anniversary. Klukai subconsciously slows her footsteps and stares at the surprise Belka had prepared for her. Suddenly, she spots a doll curled up in the corner of the room. Belka? The doll in the corner does not respond. Klukai hurries over and sees the doll is curled up on the beanbag sofa with her arms wrapped around her knees. Her fluffy head rests on her arm and her eyes are gently closed. The damage to her body has yet to be repaired. Several tears in her synthetic skin look somewhat frightening under the flickering light. In hibernation, huh? Klukai leans over and gently pats her fluffy head. Doomkov. Klukai gently reaches out and picks up the sleeping Belka. You're heavier than I remember. Let's get you to the maintenance. Klukai is currently compiling last night's commission report in the meeting room. Suddenly, someone knocks on the door. Before Klukai can respond, a figure shoves the door open and rushes up to Klukai with a look of grievance on her face. Bitsis? Yes? Bitsis, I heard you're back, so I came here right away. Are you working on something? I'm not bothering you, am I? Klukai does not answer, but simply examines Belka carefully. The doll in front of her looks clean and refreshed, clearly having undergone her maintenance.
Were you planning to just hibernate in the rest area had I not come back last night? I just wanted to wait for Bit Sis. Plus, I knew you'd be back when you said so yourself. And pouncing complaints. You did come back last night, so why didn't you wake me up then, Bit Sis? Even if I was in hibernation, 10 minutes of charging and I would be right back up. That way, we wouldn't have missed our anniversary. It's been a whole day. Why are you still thinking about that? Of course I'm still thinking about that. It's our the anniversary of Team A's formation after all. A once-in-a-year opportunity. Isn't it a shame to have missed it? Is your noggin filled with nothing but anniversaries? With the kind of damage you sustain, of course maintenance was the priority. But even though we missed out yesterday, all of your decorations are still up, right? Tell Endoris and Meshi to come over in a bit, and we can celebrate again today. ... What now? But today's no longer the anniversary. I've been preparing for so long, and I didn't even get the chance to gift you my present properly. It says, do you not care about this at all? What does it have to do with me caring or not? Ooh, bit sis, you bit dummy. But wait, Belka. Before Klutai can react, Belka has already rushed out of the room crying. Staring at the fading silhouette, Klutai recalls Belka's hurt expression just now and finds herself at a loss. Did I say something wrong? Bruh, come on. Wow. She's so adorable, I feel so bad for her. It's hard to come by you getting so upset and throwing a tantrum. I almost forgot you were so capable of these emotions. I know where you're going with that, Commander. That's also what I've been worrying about. Losing my temper and making a big fuss like that to vent out all my frustrations is not cute at all. I also don't want everyone to see me like that. Are you saying your usual lively and cheerful demeanor was just an act? Not exactly, but even I can feel down and sad at times. It's just that those moments don't usually last for long. If I wanted something, I'd fight to get it right now and never let worries drag me into the next day. That's one of my greatest virtues. That being said, don't you dare take advantage of that and give me the cold shoulder, Commander. Otherwise, I will get upset. Commander, please promise me that, okay? Looking at Belka's pitiable expression, I can't help but marvel at the expressiveness of her facial expression module. Of course, a well-behaved girl should be rewarded. I'm sure Klutai also understands this fact now that after being made aware of your true feelings. At least from what I know of her, she's not the kind of doll who would turn a blind eye to such things. Hehe, you guessed it right, Commander. Bitsis may look stone cold on the outside, but she's always been incredibly gentle and loving inside. So even if I might get a little upset, I won't actually blame her. Let's keep going, Commander. You should really experience that part for yourself. Ooh, you're such a bully, Commander. I am indeed an exceptionally capable elite doll full of vigor, but you still shouldn't be teasing me like this. There are 3 elite enemy units ahead. 3. Do not worry. According to predictions from sorted prior data, an adequate challenge will help you unlock your full potential. Plus, Klutai specifically informed me that Belka could easily win against these odds. Hehe, that's right. Be sure to pay close attention to my gracefulness in combat, Commander. Well, we can't because we don't have her. So sad.
用意。それが終わりだ。
どうってことないわ。現実を知りなさい。目標沈黙。これで好きなことをする時間ができましたね。
Commander, why am I the only one here this time? Do not worry. This is a good opportunity to test your skills in stealth. There is an overwhelming number of enemies, but they have holes in their defense. Plutai did train you in the skills needed to deal with this, right? Of course. I'll transmit the battlefield data to you in a bit. I believe that with your analysis and judgment abilities, it's best to complete the mission by exploiting their blind spots. I'll help you too, so don't worry. I understand, Commander. I want to be an elite doll like Bitsis, so I'll do my best to achieve that goal. Ooh, we'll actually get to use her this time. Okay. So... I know this ability ring, her second one, I think if we kill someone, we go invisible. Right? That's her passive, I think. Oh my... I actually never bothered to read that. Or maybe we can just sneak right here. Yeah, we'll just do that. I mean, it'll probably be easier to use that ability, but we'll do it the way they want us to do it and just remain under the radar. Nice. All done. The sorting is complete. ... Belka? Ooh, don't cry. I know you must have felt really wronged and hurt at the time, but the misunderstanding between you two has already been resolved. Seeing us embrace each other again still brings me to tears. Bitsis Klutlai is so lovely. I want to become a doll like Bitsis too. Commander. What is it? Since you know so much about Bitsis, you must know how to do it, right? Please spend more time with Belka and teach me, Commander. Alright, I promise. But you have to let me go first. I can't breathe with how tight you're hugging me. Not to mention how humid the air in the room already is. Yeah, I'm sure that's the only reason why. Despite saying so, you didn't even try to push me away. Do you actually care about me in secret, Commander? Well, I suppose you wouldn't help me sort through my narrow records otherwise. Hehe, I see the Commander does care about me. Plutai and I aren't the only ones who care about you. Then you should stop rejecting my affection. Deep down, I've always been scared. Scared of being disliked and abandoned. Scared of losing the family I finally got back. Scared of being left all alone. Which is why I kept following in Bitsis's footsteps. Not just because I admire her, but also to learn from her and better myself. Also, I can keep up with her. But for the longest of times, I felt I was doing nothing but growing further and further away from her, which made me feel even more lonely. Belka looks a little gloomy. It turns out she also experiences this kind of uneasiness. Do you still feel that way? If you promise me that you'll never abandon me, then perhaps I might feel better. ... Although Belka flashes a smile of triumph for a brief instant, I can't tell if that moment was part of her usual scheming. Let me tell you a secret, Commander. You're the only one I'm telling this to. Not even Bitsis Klukai knows about this. I've been very grateful that 404 came to the Elmo. Now I have a new family member. That's you, Commander. You are now a precious part of my family. So please promise me that. I am all you need, Commander, okay? Oh no, she's becoming Klukai. Stop imitating Klukai. Ooh wah. You're the only one I can count on besides Bit Sis, Commander. Please, Commander. Pretty please. Not that you're the only one to know everything about me. If you still find me cute, would you please let me stay at your side forever? She's so cute. Just as I thought. This is also how you got Klukai back then, isn't it? I'd say it's at least a little different. It's an advanced version of pestering specifically to deal with the Commander. Fine, I promise. Yeah. How about this instead? Let's set today as our anniversary, Commander. That way, I can prepare a gift for you on this day next year. Would you also prepare something to surprise me, Commander? Belka's eyes sparkle with sincerity and a hint of mischief, revealing as much of her enthusiasm as her little schemes. It's like a spell being cast on me, leaving me with no choice but to nod. But a well-behaved girl deserves to be rewarded, and she doesn't ask for much, so let's keep this bright smile going.
やった任務完了。お姉ちゃん褒めてくれるよね。
Nice. Oh, now we got the last story node. Belka is huddled in a corner of her tiny room. Her quiet sobbing can be heard escaping from the ensconcement of her squirrel-shaped pillow. Aw. How did it turn out this way? Did I never belong here? Was I never meant to join 404? Big Sis doesn't care about me or our reunion. She doesn't care at all. As Belka cries her heart out, she stands up and slams the squirrel pillow to the ground. Ooh wah, a squirrel. Screw squirrel. Big Sis, she hates squirrels. She hates me. Next, Belka snatches up all the squirrel plush, stickers, mallard toys lined up on the desktop and fiercely throws them into the bin by her feet. I'm done. I don't want any more of this. Wah, I hate squirrels. I hate mallards. I hate you, Big Sis. Don't say that. Belka shoves all the squirrels and mallards into the paper bin while tears well up in her eyes. Then, she drags a travel bag out of the closet and begins packing her belongings. I don't want to be here anymore. Humph. I'm leaving today. Right now. I'm leaving right now. After a while of tearfully packing, her travel bag has been stuffed full. Still sniffling, Belka hoists the bag onto her back and takes a few steps towards the door. Suddenly, she reaches into one of her pockets and pulls out a bullet casing. Perhaps due to it being constantly and carefully polished, the bullet casing shines with a mirror light gleam. It's the bullet casing Big Sis gifted me. I don't want it. I don't want it anymore. I don't want anything. Belka raises her hand and intends to throw the casing into the bin as well. However, after a few moments of standing idly in the room, the casing is still tightly clutched in Belka's palm. Realizing her reluctance, Belka throws herself onto the bed again and bursts into tears. Aw, I feel so bad for her. Knock, knock, knock. Suddenly, knocking on the door can be heard, followed by Klukai's voice coming through it. Are you in the room, Belka? Ooh, I'm not. What are you talking about? We can hear your cries down the entire hallway. I'm not crying. You're crying right now. As the sobbing inside the room seems to have subsided, Klukai awkwardly raises her voice to speak. Alright, stop crying. It was my fault last night. Given that I agreed to celebrate our anniversary together, I should have woken you up even when you were hibernating. Hearing Klutlai's apology, Belka, who has almost stopped crying, burst into tears again. Ooh, but sis, you've always been like this. You never cared about me, or my feelings. You're always so mean to me. You never team up with me during training, and you always deliberately avoid me. Overcome with emotion, Belta sits down on the edge of the bed, tears rolling down her cheeks. I don't want to be here anymore. Humph. Bitsis doesn't like me anyway. You don't care about our anniversary. I'm leaving 404. With the bag on her back, Belka fiercely stands up and is ready to leave through the door when suddenly, she hears Klutlai's voice with a much colder tone coming from outside. You think you can come and go as you please? I am Hyde 404's leader, and you are one of its members. You're not going anywhere without my permission. Ooh, so scary. But I'm going to leave anyway. With the bag on her back, Belka abruptly opens the door. Seeing Belka appear before her with eyes filled with tears, Klutai is stunned for a moment, before immediately reacting. What are you doing with this big of a backpack? Belka takes a step back under the pressure from Klutai's gaze. She retreats into the room and slams the door shut. Yet before the door closes, Klutai catches sight of the mess going on inside the room. ... Boo-hoo. Inside the room, Belka throws herself back onto the bed and begins to cry softly again. After a moment of silence, Klutai starts to talk in a low, unnatural voice, unlike her normal way of speech. Belka, actually, I was quite surprised that you came to 404. I never realized I was that important to you, nor did I think that 404 was a good place of belonging for you. But you've proven to me with your action that keeping you in 404 was the right decision. Sis? Even though you've got a long road ahead before becoming an elite doll, and despite still being so noisy and clingy, you have indeed grown. I can be strict at times, but I'm not completely insensitive. Your efforts haven't been lost on me. As Klutai finishes her monologue, silence returns to the room. ... With her tears finally stopping, Belka sniffles before slowly taking a few steps forward and reopens the door. Klutai stands stiffly outside, seeing Belka staring at her with tears streaming down her cheeks. Klutai can't help but feel a little awkward. Bitsis? ... So you've been caring about me all along? Then why did you neglect the anniversary of our reunion? Klutai lowers her eyes and remains silent for a moment, as if weighing her words. At last, she raises her head and looks at Belka earnestly. I know you placed a good deal of importance on the day of our reunion. However, the exact date of our reunion, or the day we choose to celebrate it for that matter, doesn't really matter in my eyes. The fact that we've reunited is far more precious than any celebrations or commemorations.
As long as 404 is still around with us in it, as long as we can still go on missions together and all return safe and sound, then that by itself is the best way of honoring our reunion.
Klutai awkwardly clears her throat. She then retrieves the box from behind her, stuffs it into Belka's hands, and immediately looks away. Here, it's for you. For me? Belka's eyes widen as she frantically holds onto the box, completely flustered. Yes, take a look. Yes. Belka quickly unties the bow wrapping around the box. The lid of the box pops open to reveal a wood carving of a squirrel. The squirrel clutches onto a pine cone and sits with its head tilted back in the center of the box. Although the carvings are somewhat rough, the squirrel's expression is vividly lifelike. A squirrel? Belka props up the wooden squirrel in her palm and stares at it in disbelief. Did you hand carve this yourself, bid sis? Indeed. A present for the squirrel. It's rather rough. I did it casually in my spare time without putting much effort into it. You don't... I knew it. Bid sis cares about me after all. Hee hee. With traces of dried tears still visible on her cheeks, Belka breaks into a big smile and throws herself into a tight embrace with Klukai. You... Don't hurl yourself at me like this, Oliva. Hee hee. I know. Bid sis Klukai is the best. I love you the most. And then what's with all these squirrels on the ground? And mallards too. I had no idea if you collected mallards. Hee hee. It doesn't matter. Belka giggles as she looks at the wooden squirrel in her hand and hugs Klukai even tighter. This squirrel bid sis gave me is all Belka needs. Oh my god. It's so funny that she's using the same line Klukai says on the commander and herself. Is just so funny. I really like this. I really like Belka's character a lot. Of course, being the little sister of Klukai, you know. I also really like Klukai. It's a shame I never really experienced her character in the other games, but I mean, I imagine she's the same, but maybe she's just like a younger version of herself. Because I've seen pictures, they kind of do look a little younger. So I imagine she's the same, but just, you know, less mature, I guess. When Belka said, "I'm all you need" to the commander, or to me, whatever, man, that threw me off guard so much. It was just so unexpected. But yeah, I mean, she kind of is the same towards the commander as Klukai is to the commander as well, a little bit. It's just that their personalities are way different. But I really like this. I love Belka's character. Let's collect this. Alright, now we just have the Andorus story to do. And then, of course, Giannu's will come out in 10 days. Wow. Alright, well, if you made it to the end, thank you. Leave a comment saying that you made it to the end, and I'll see you in whatever other video you decide to watch. All right, bye-bye.